We're starting off high.
We can get
I think
two fools agree on that one. Oh, by the way, look, we got the wide shot.
There was you had accountability. Now what I can
Now all you need is a podcast and a YouTube channel.
No, not even.
Where give me the money. Show me the money.
Apparently there's a Foolproof page.
Shoot the J. Shoot it. Live on Facebook.com/Foolproof Entertainment Network. I need you on Twitter. I need you to repost the Facebook pages.
To raise a human before I would
Trust human to raise back wolves.
before I would trust a pack of humans to raise a wolf.
Right. I hear you. Yo, what up, fools? Welcome to another edition of Two Fools Agree. As always, I'm your host, Michael Reggie, here with my main man, Clifford Jordan Jennings.
He was pretty enthusiastic with that.
It's because I was about to slur my words there for a second.
Oh, is that what the enthusiasm came from?
I had to like push my way through it.
It was sad. I felt like this nigga was excited.
Excited.
Yeah,
Well, you know,
like,
it's funny. Anytime we have better conversations on the text and then we don't have an episode, and I'm not even saying it was me and you conversating, but you were part of the thread, although you opted out of it. Yeah, man, there's shit to talk about.
there's definitely shit to talk about.
And I have been down one too many rabbit holes lately, so we gonna talk.
Well, let me know something, Peter. What'd you find out?
Don't call me Peter. That's another billionaire we gotta address, Mr. Peter Thiel, who is trying to take over the data for the American healthcare system so that they have all the biometric data on all of us so that they can predict movements, etc. So we'll get into him, but he's not my primary target tonight. We're gonna have to save him for another day. How was your week, man?
It was all right.
It's all right.
Yeah, it was a week. I mean, you know, it's a fucking week.
I hear you.
7 damn days.
Yeah. Well, at least the Bills won last night, so you know they kept me up, but they got the dub.
It was closer than it should have been.
I was telling people, I'm like, this is a trap game for us. We got up for the Ravens. We went into East Rutherford and smacked the Jets. And the Dolphins at home is a trap game for us, especially in a short week, especially in a night game. Like, and luckily the Dolphins dolphined all over it, and you know gave us the game between the roughing the passer, the roughing the punter, and and Tua's fumble on third down when they were starting to drive. So that's just the Dolphins, though. Like Tyreek and Waddle can't do it all by themselves.
Right. And I don't know what the fuck happened to Tua.
Dude, Tua is... Y'all been talking and trying to convince me that Tua is a good quarterback for 5 years now. He's not.
I don't know that I've ever said he was a good quarterback.
Yeah, I hear you. But anyways, you got to hit the showers. I'm sorry I haven't been on. The fact that the kiddos practice goes till 7 makes it a little harder for me to jump on because I got to do dinner and everything else after. Speaking of the kiddos practice, very exciting news. And I sent you the video. We put in quarterback sneak for A-Reg. Because I finally got people to watch film and see that if he is told to just drive straight forward, he has no problem doing that. He is actually a pretty solid fucking defensive lineman too, except for the fact he can't tackle for shit.
Really?
But he beats blocks and gets to his gap, and he has a good quick first step the same way as Pops used to. It's just he doesn't know how to tackle yet. He hasn't figured it out yet. But he has been, and if you're asking him to climb to a linebacker, is going to be shaky. If you're asking him to block somebody who's right in front of him, that kid will be 4 yards back.
All right.
And so we're getting there. But yeah, we put in QB sneak and ran all over the 6th grade team, which was fun.
Did y'all beat him in the scrimmage?
No, because we can't tackle, Cliff.
Right.
But we're getting better. So that's been fun. The other fun thing with the kiddo lately is we've been watching classic Arnold movies.
Classic Arnold movies.
Yes. Such gems as Who is Your Daddy and What Does He Do?
What's that? Kindergarten Cop?
I'm the potty pooper. Yes. Good job. Also, one of my favorite Arnold lines of all time. I had the bad guy. You let them get away. Look at me when I'm talking to you. What kind of cop are you anyways? And he's talking to a horse.
I don't know that one.
That would be True Lies.
Okay.
After the horse chases down the dude on the motorcycle, and the dude on the motorcycle hops buildings, and Arnold tries to get the horse to jump between the buildings, and the horse throws him off.
Mm-hmm.
And he has a straight-faced conversation with the horse after.
I don't know why I don't remember that one as much.
Oh man, True Lies is one of my all-time favorite Arnie movies.
Yeah, I know I've seen it once or twice. I just don't remember it as much. I do remember that scene though.
It's worth a rewatch just because it is pure 90s like action movie fun. Like it's so over the top. The other over the top one we watched today, which was Last Action Hero. Which is also
I knew he was gonna throw that one in there somewhere.
I mean, don't get me wrong, he's seen like the Terminator, and eventually we'll get around to Predator, but what other good Arnie movies, Cliff?
That's what I was thinking of. I don't even know.
We haven't done Conan, but I feel like that'll be too slow for him.
I'm trying to think. I can't even, I don't know why my brain's not working.
Twins, Junior. I want to watch
DeVito, Danny DeVito.
And Junior with Danny DeVito.
What the fuck?
Where Arnold gets pregnant. It's my baby.
I couldn't get through that.
I felt like that wasn't going to be yours.
I couldn't get through that one. I can't remember if I went to see that with my pops or who that was, but I couldn't do that. That one I couldn't do.
Oh man. That's what.
Damn, though. I don't know why. I mean, I guess if I was going to give a favorite Arnold movie, it would have to be like a Terminator.
Yeah. I mean, Terminator 2 is pretty freaking classic.
That might be the one, actually. That's the one with the cop.
Yeah, with the T-1000.
Yeah, that one might be the one, actually. But as far as others, as far as others, I don't really know,
Right.
Like, I know he touched the Expendables and all that, but...
Yeah. And he's fine as his role in the Expendables. And in the Expendables, most of those movies, he's like the old-timer that's, like, giving them the job.
All right.
Dylan, you son of a bitch!
Yeah, I just really don't know. I don't know any other...
Predator's up there, too.
I don't know any other Schwartz movies.
Yeah. All right. Well, you got any inadvertent thoughts before I jump into all this nonsense?
I've been trying to remember my inadvert. It was about Trump, but I cannot.
By the way, Black Trump is not as funny as what we pitched.
No, he's funny as fuck. I don't care what nobody says.
It is funny. But it is not like situational funny. It is just him doing the voice.
No, he's funny. That motherfucker funny. And he keeps his do-rag going under the wig.
I feel like we pitched better content for him.
Oh shit, that motherfucker is funny. Damn. Give me some time. I might remember it.
All right. Well, the other my sort of inadvertent thought, more just using of have you seen these military aircraft piloting instructions as sea shanties on TikTok? Because they keep coming across my feed.
No, what? I don't even know what that means.
So there's literally a content creator out there who is basically making reels about how you can fly an F-16 or a Black Hawk helicopter and like putting it to a sea shanty medley or melody and is like pull back on the flight stick, pull forward on the flight stick, ignite the thrust. And he's like showing the video like of someone doing these things in these aircraft. And I think he's trying to train the resistance, Cliff.
I've never.
I think he is trying to train the rebellion.
That has not hit my feet. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh my gosh. After this, go look up sea shanty flying instructions. But I think he's trying to train the resistance.
I don't know how much access we gonna have to planes.
Well, you know, with enough people, you could take anything.
I don't know how many crop dusters we got out there, but
Also, and I think I send you her videos all the time, but the content creators tag on TikTok is debate her, and it's the brunette with the long hair and the glasses, and it's always like anti-billionaire content.
I think so.
She has upped her game, and she has started posting like where these billionaires are going to be when they're speaking at events and shit.
Is that right?
Yes, sir. And she is an American hero.
Man.
So if you're interested, go debate her on TikTok. And she's been bitching a lot about the fact that her content is getting more and more suppressed. So let's see what we can do to amplify that signal.
Okay, yeah, I see. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, let me look her up.
And the other one that has popped for me, and I've sent you videos from her too, is the Dre dossier. And that's the one that has all of the content on Oracle's shady dealings in the Middle East.
Who's Oracle?
Oracle's a software company that like 90% of big corporate companies use. They manage the books. They manage mostly like financial applications and like accounts payable, accounts receivable, that kind of stuff. That's their surface business. The shit that they are doing behind closed doors and in other countries is fucking wild.
What are they doing?
They are basically running surveillance databases, and they are the company that is behind. If you've heard the rumors that Israel is using AI in its strikes in Gaza and in Palestine, and actually used in Iran as well, they're the company behind that AI.
What do you mean? What do people mean when they
meaning that they're using it to one track these people to their location.
Okay, that's
Because
what I was like targeting systems.
And targeting systems. So like literally they're surveilling people using AI to basically map out where they're going, what they could be doing, yada yada yada, and then are executing strikes based on that information. And they can do it because their software also is the back end for a lot of major companies. I'd be willing to bet the vast majority of Fortune 500 companies use Oracle products, either as databases or as servers behind the scenes.
And that's bad because
because that means Oracle has access to all that data. And if you want to talk about how you can mass surveil people, imagine all the things that you look at on Facebook, everything that your credit card touches, every bit of your healthcare information, all going to one source. And you being you can say you're not as worried about it because, you know, I don't use a credit card. I don't go to the doctor. a very large amount of people do. So having access to that, and then the fact that they're using that to determine who they should target, that is stopping a rebellion in its tracks when you combine that with, say, the U.S. military or the Israeli military. You put their weapon systems on top of that data set, they can kill strike anybody at any time.
Well, nobody said we were going to win.
True.
But we had this conversation a while back, I believe. A loss is a win in a sense.
Yeah.
Because if enough people put up a fight and they end up having to wipe out enough people, you've essentially destroyed the infrastructure. You now don't have the people to hold up the world the way
mutually
it was.
assured destruction at that point,
Right.
is what you're saying.
Right.
You kill enough of the worker bees, then
the
you
loss
don't have
is the
enough
win.
to, yeah.
You just make sure you take enough out on the way.
Right. When their tactic will be bury enough so that you can subjugate the rest.
But again, I told you, if something like that were to go down, God forbid, it's going to be guerrilla warfare. So it's going to be a serious Israel situation on your hands where you're going to have houses in innocent neighborhoods that are targets that need to be struck. Then you have to ask yourself, how much, casualties do I
What's
think
acceptable
acceptable
loss?
for this one person in this one house?
Yeah.
So it's going to be a lot harder than just in an Israeli compound where we believe they to have a hideout and we could knock out 50 of their top, it's not going to be that.
Yeah. Well, and there's more area to cover here too.
Right.
That's one of the benefits of being in the U.S. is the just the geography of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
So
I don't know.
Israel, the labyrinth. So this is like the big things around what we know about Larry Ellison and Oracle's presence in Israel. So the laboratory is where Oracle's cloud has been embedded into both the military and health sectors. 4 years of Project Menta have wired the Air Force into Oracle's infrastructure. Imogene and Sheba have added health data to the mix. So those are Israeli companies. The showroom in Gaza is where they use their algorithms like Lavender and Where's Daddy. Where's Daddy is their tracking software. We're not prototypes, but live deployments generating battlefield data in real time. And so that's how they're using that information to strike targets. And then you have Larry Ellison, also, well, his son, founded Skydance Media. Skydance Media just bought Paramount, and now Paramount is trying to buy WB. So not only are we seeing, Trump try to take over the Disney media conglomerate, which, makes me sick to my stomach because I was a fan of Bob Iger's. So you're seeing that with Disney, ABC, ESPN, all of those. You've seen it with Paramount through CBS firing, Colbert. ABC just fired Kimmel. NBC's the next one to fall with Seth Meyers. Like you're taking away people who are criticizing our government.
Who watches
And
those shows though?
I mean, I get it, and I actually had the same argument to myself. It's old people, right?
Right.
It's the boomers that are watching that shit. But the fact of the matter is they are still major media outlets, whether you're watching them knowingly on network television or they're producing short form content and not acknowledging that they're the ones behind certain TikTok creators or certain whatever.
Oh yeah, you know that.
Yeah. The same way there are plenty of TikTok creators out there that are Russian puppets, that are puppets of the Trump regime, that are puppets of the Democratic regime, or the Democrat regime. Like, it's all very interesting shit, but not only are you seeing entire industries continuing to be consolidated into like 2 or 3 companies, like consumer packaged goods is already there. Any kind of beauty products, any of your food, Like, it is one of 4 companies that produces that shit if you're buying it in a grocery store. So unless you're
Right.
buying it at a farmer's market, you're giving your money to those 3 or 4 companies.
All right.
Similarly, you're seeing the consolidation of the media organizations. Like, our parents grew up telling us, well, there were 4 channels, right? It was the ABC affiliate, the CBS affiliate, the NBC affiliate, and the Fox affiliate.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 2 of those have already collapsed into one, ABC and Fox, both owned by Disney now. NBC is Universal, so Comcast Universal. CBS is Paramount, and trying to remember what the other parent company is. But at the end of the day, like, we had 4, we're down to 3, and 2 of them we know for sure are basically partnership and state-run media now. Like, if people have been criticizing Russia for, Putin and the fact that they're state-run media and they don't have free media, or China doesn't have free media, guess where else Oracle has played a big role in how the government surveils its own people?
I don't know. China.
China is the blueprint for
Well,
how
China makes
they are
sense.
trying to demonstrate that they can control 1 billion people at a time.
Yeah, China makes sense, right? Because you have all those people there, and you have nowhere near the landmass that we
Right.
have.
So it's
So
easier for you to surveil.
it's easier to surveil, and it would be easier for them to overthrow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's no running in China.
Right. I agree.
I don't even care if you've been working like the US and you got underground spots in mountains. There's nowhere to run in China. The United States, at least you have little fallback points that motherfuckers wouldn't be able to get to you to by the time you hit that point. And then once you go underground, you're kind of safe from all the bullshit.
I mean,
That's not
again,
going to work in China.
that's kind of the model with the US in general, and why I think I've made the point a couple of times on our show. Like, we would be very difficult to subjugate, because even if you subjugated the large cities, to your point, Cliff, there's enough open geography in the US,
Right.
you can scatter and hide.
Right. But I don't know about hide.
Well,
You can scatter. I don't know about hide.
just
And that's
given
just
the
for this.
technology of the US military,
Right, right.
drones
Like
and everything else.
all they got to do is a few flyovers, and there's no way that if you have more than a group of 10 people that you can't be seen from a, you know what I mean? Like your infrared's gonna give your spot away just from having that big of a group of people.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then let alone if you need any sort of heat sources while you're out there, like a fire, or they're gonna know people are communing in these areas with a few unmanned plane flyovers.
right, and infrared.
Right.
That's a fair call out. But you also then, it's target saturation at that point. Once you flee the cities, the geographic area, as long as you don't end up with, everybody fleeing to the same 4 areas, you're dispersed at that point, and it's harder to target.
Yeah, I would say that, and then I would say the more dispersed you are, the more they have to ask, is it worth it from a financial standpoint to
Yeah.
go at each individual group?
Yeah.
Now, if you got thousands all communing together, that makes it a little more enticing from a financial standpoint. But
Right.
10 people here, 25 there, all across the country doesn't seem worth it.
Yeah. No, that's a good call out. I agree with that. But yeah, so while they've had us focusing on assholes like Elon and Jeff, and
what's Elon and Jeff been doing?
Well, I mean, Elon Musk was everything to do with Trump at the beginning.
Oh, right. Okay.
Remember, and I mean, he was working for Trump up until like 3 months ago.
Right.
I mean, and Zuckerberg's just a tool to begin with. And then Jeff Bezos is just the same as the Walton family, like controls I'm not going to say 90, but probably controls 30% of all consumer goods that are sold in this country through distribution through Amazon. Not to mention he's got the supply chain and the logistics across the country. But we've been focusing on those jerks. And meanwhile, guys like Peter Thiel and Larry Ellison are literally making deals with the devil and selling your all of your data to the highest bidder. Have you heard this latest like rumor on TikTok around or whatever reels about September 24th?
Nah, what's supposed to happen on the 24th?
So there are two major things that I've seen that I don't know like factually what's sitting there. So there is the threat that the Epstein files are released on September 24th.
Who? From who?
From the House Judiciary Committee. Like
I thought they voted to block them on the 10th.
They hadn't. I hadn't heard that. Maybe they have. So, but the flip side is there have been several groups that say they have the information and will publish it if the House doesn't.
Right.
And then the other one is the
but you know, I'm just gonna question the legitimacy of the files that
oh,
come from
no
anybody.
doubt. That's all it is. I mean, that's COINTELPRO all in one.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing was Jewish celebration, 100 trumpets, Book of Revelation type shit.
Yeah, they showing that on TV.
Uh-huh.
I did see that.
And they've basically said, like, everyone is saying, chatter across the net is, anything they try to show us on September 24th, don't believe.
I mean, what the fuck? Why do you even have to say that?
Right. I don't believe any of it anyways right now.
Right. What are you talking about? Oh, the 24th? Out of all days, we're not going to believe them on that day. That sounds stupid. Like, if you're believing them at any point.
Fair.
Fucking dumbass, you dumbasses. We got fucking entry level conspiracy theorists. Like, these motherfuckers are just waking up,
right,
and they like, right. Listen, we on the 24th don't believe anything you hear from the United States government. I mean, bitch, where have you been since this motherfucker jumped off? Right. Since the Genesis, bitch, you've been left.
Well, and we're gonna use this to transition into the other topic.
That is crazy.
Charlie Kirk was an inside job, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. You know it was.
He was set out to be a martyr through a false flag.
Yeah, you know it was.
Because it's not like, Trump has shown any emotion over the guy. He's just yelled about it. Trump ordered the hit on him the same way he ordered the hit on himself to be a near miss. But he was like, we can kill Charlie, make a martyr out of him, and rally more idiots to our cause.
Right. You knew that.
Like, give me a break. And, our boy, love him to death, Gordon, like, talking, he threw out, like, out of nowhere. So we're not talking about anything in the thread. The thread's quiet. And he throws in out of nowhere, I can't believe that people are acting like this about Charlie Kirk. And I'm like, I mean, when you preach hate gonna come back to you. Like,
I mean, but how was it that he couldn't believe that they were what behavior was it that he was like,
the whole people like celebrating it and stuff. And he tried to accuse me of it. And I'm like, dude, I'm not celebrating it, but I ain't mourning it either.
I mean, niggas die every day, B.
Right. And given his talking points around school shootings and how they're a necessary part of having the Second Amendment, man, get the fuck out of here. Guess what? Your assassination is a necessary part of having the Second Amendment.
I mean, everybody gets hung up on that, but he could have delivered that in a way that people would have accepted it.
I don't disagree with you. That was actually my biggest thing that I was arguing back with Gordon on. Like, Gordon's like, yeah, he shows these people all the time. And I'm like, Gordon, this dude is not a philosopher. He's a fucking good debater because the first thing he does is tear down the other person's argument.
I mean, but that's what you're supposed to do in a debate.
I agree, but that doesn't mean that he's a good philosopher. I know plenty of people. My boy Carl. Carl could sit there and argue with you about anything. Cliff, you do this shit. And
Yeah,
you make it sound believable, and you have no fucking clue what you're talking about. Like, I used to call Carl out on this shit all the time, where there was this one incident where he was talking something about acting like he knew something about sperm whales. And I fact checked him on the spot. I'm like, Carl, that was complete and total bullshit.
Yeah, no, but that's never really been my style. If I don't know shit about something, I don't have a problem saying I don't know shit about that.
That's true. That's true.
Nor does that even interest me to have. I don't even want to hear you talk about it. I don't even like the fact that you asked me the question, because that makes me feel like you want to tell me something about it, and I don't want to hear it. That's how I feel.
Cliff is all shut up. I don't want to know anything I don't know already.
You know, the way, because I mean, you know how the brain works. Like, there's no way that we just going to be learning all this shit throughout our life. So eventually it has that file delete where it's like, how important is it? We don't need this. We don't need this. We don't.
But meanwhile, I still know all the lyrics to Big Papa.
I mean, but that goes with, that's different. No, that's very different, shit, man. No, because
the amount of song lyrics from the 90s and 2000s that I have in my head.
You'll always keep those because of the time that you were in, more so than the song. When you hear a good song, you relate it to the time that you were in when you had it. So nostalgia purposes will not allow you to forget those lyrics, because that was an important time in your life.
Which is why every time I hear, so tell me what you want, what you really, really want, I remember sitting with Cliff in Miss Jamie's classroom listening to a cassette player of that song. That is the memory that is associated with that.
You have those. It's a whole gang of songs that as soon as I hear the first little bit of it, it takes me right back to where I was when that. So you're not going to forget shit like that. But at the same time, I can't afford for you to push out any other information that I may have stored in my brain with your stupid facts that you think is somewhat important to us at the time. No, it's not.
Wait, I did have another song one. So I had my library on shuffle, and it was Bartender by T-Pain. And that first, or I think it's actually the second verse, where he's like, she made us drinks to drink. We drunk them, got drunk. Now I know she thinks I'm cool. I'm listening to this in the car, and all of a sudden I get this flash of my man Jake Denny at his place in DC, going on this diatribe about how this is the dumbest fucking song, but it's so fucking catchy.
That was a classic. I don't know if I can say that was a dumb song. That's classic. Nobody would have thought to make something so simple like that.
Right. We drunk.
Everybody can relate to that, right?
That's true.
Women, men, whomever. We've all been out to the bar, seen a bartender, was like, damn, they got it, don't they? And then they serving me drinks right and fast and up to the brim as well.
Facts.
I like the bartender.
Oh, man. Well, that's almost as good as Fell in Love with a Stripper. That's another one of my favorites. But it has to be the remix with everybody on it.
I mean, I feel like that's another one too. Everybody probably hasn't felt, the same amount of people
up and down the pole.
Yeah, the same amount of people haven't fallen for a stripper like they have a bartender, but it's the exact same.
It is the exact same thing.
It's the exact same.
It's the same reason. It's the same reason Garth Brooks and I Got Friends in Low Places. Like,
I don't know nothing about that.
Oh, I bet you know that song. I bet if it came on, you'd sing along.
I don't know nothing about. I only know Garth Brooks. I know is Achy Breaky. Isn't he Achy Breaky?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's the only one I know.
I
Oh,
got
no, Brooks.
friends in low places where the whiskey drowns and the beer chases my blues away.
No, I don't
I'll
know
be
that.
okay.
I don't know nothing about that. All I got to say is be safe. Be safe if you go to a Garth Brooks concert. You know what I'm saying? Apparently, from what I hear, there's a lucky winner in every city.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm
I saw
saying?
that. That's almost as good as David
Or
canceled
unlucky.
his
David.
tour. David, I guess he's some singer, some current singer, and had to cancel his tour because they found a 15 or 16-year-old girl had been missing for a year in his trunk. Right. In his trunk at the concert. Now, don't tell me that sounds like a setup because I'm pretty sure that's a setup, but
That's a setup. That's a setup. And see, that's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
the read says Achy Breaky Heart was Billy Ray Cyrus. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Damn, I haven't visited country in a long time.
It's because we don't hang out in person enough.
I don't know nothing about no country, baby.
What were we talking about?
The dude
Setup.
with the
Yeah,
yeah. Who has and how long was she missing?
for a year,
So he moved her
and
from
brought her.
wherever she
Decided
was
he was going to bring her to a show.
to the concert. I'm take her out the freezer and I'm gonna put her in my trunk for the show. Did it take him a year to get the courage to dispose of the body?
I actually don't know that she was dead. That wasn't clear.
She was alive?
That wasn't clear. They didn't say they found a dead body in his car. They found her.
Oh, so he didn't trust her alone. She was probably on her Houdini a few times, and he was like, she ain't about to squirm out of this one while I'm doing
We're just going to disable that pull string in the back. Because all trunks now have the inside release.
Right.
But if you disable that, I guess.
How would you disable it? You have to take it out, huh? You just have to take it out.
I mean, most of the ones I've seen are like a piece of plastic in a T-shape.
You pull it.
Just cut it off so that you don't have anything to pull. Processing.
Yeah, I don't know because I'm thinking like, does the wire then retract? Like, is it like a is it like a
That's what. Yeah, it's basically a pull string.
But I'm saying though, the string itself, is it like a stretchy, like a retractable? So if you
I mean, it wouldn't have to be, because if you cut it at the right spot, you're not going to be able to grab the wire enough to pull it down.
But you may not have to grab the wire. You may be able to follow the wire to the
mechanism. But usually that goes between like the basically the upholstery and the mechanicals for the car. Like usually there's upholstery there. So theoretically, you're right. You had something sharp and you could cut through basically the cardboard, maybe. But if you don't have anything on you, it's going to be hard to do that. Cliff's thinking about how I can get out of a trunk.
Yeah, no, right. I just don't know that I wouldn't imagine that would completely disable it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If this little chick, if she's so tricky that I can't trust her in a locked basement with no windows in it, and I'm thinking she's going to get out, so I got to put her in a trunk. I'm definitely not just clipping a cord and leaving it at that. Like, we got to pull this cord out.
We've welded it shut, actually.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's life, or like, you are a famous person,
right?
If she finds
although I've never heard of this dude, so I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't either. But if she finds a way to pop that hatch, it's over for you. You might get tackled mid-show. You hear what I'm saying?
They were like, nope, and he has since canceled the rest of his tour.
Damn. What kind of world do we live in? What kind of world do we live in that a motherfucker could damn near have it all and like to take risks like that?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you think the alternative is going to be if somebody catches you? You think that you're going to be able to live comfortably in your $1 million house and travel the world performing for like why do you think that is worth more than the lifestyle you live?
Oh, it was her body, by the way. She was dead.
Okay, she was dead. So no latch
No latch
disarm
situation.
needed. Yeah, no, didn't need to disarm that latch. Didn't need to take her. Didn't need to take her. Like, why you again back to
Son
my
of a
first
bitch?
thought.
You know what? That's what
Why'd
happened.
you move
He
her?
got into it's one of those things where he thought he had more time, but he was in LA and LA traffic, he just wasn't ready for it. So, he thought he had 2 hours before he got to the show, and it turns out he only had 2 minutes, so he had to leave her in the car.
I can't imagine that you would wait for a year to get the courage to dispose of her. God bless anybody involved, first and foremost.
Yeah.
And then choose to do it on the night of your show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the night of the show is the night that you're going to choose to go put her in the...
Or maybe somebody was supposed to meet him and take the car.
Right. And he was like, it's in 3D. They said it's still out there, Jack. Go get it.
Oh, man. Yeah.
My guys are looking at it right now. It's still sitting here. You were supposed to be here at 4:30. I'm halfway through sound check, Jack. I need it done now.
AI, clip that one out. David's response before the show.
That was it, right? And then 3 months from now, you go hear that exact audio with a different voice in the trial that they brought back up for. Like, see, we got you red-handed talking about it.
Oh, man.
I just don't get it.
In sad news that's closer to home, so I got two things, actually.
Oh, shit.
Number one, former player of mine, Gunnar Francis. He was in the song that you made.
Mm-hmm. I remember the name.
Passed away over the weekend. Car accident.
Oh, for real? Damn.
Yeah.
That's
So
tough.
That was some sad news. That's the second player I've lost to a car accident. Damn, man. Like, these kids are all under 30.
Right.
Still, at least at this point. Getting close, but yeah, man. Sad. And then the second one, and we talked about a similar incident, when he was in preschool, but threats were made about a teacher at my son's school, or not necessarily his school, but in the district. And it's a small district.
Threats were made about
against.
Okay.
And luckily, dude has since been brought into custody, but they posted alerts and messages 2 days before they took any action. And the only thing I can think is that this dude's family had money and was trying to protect it. But it was a former student making threats against a current teacher.
Okay.
And so, that sounds like shit that happens before these incidents that, we talk about too much. But that was one that I was like, man. And I mean, the good news is the community was talking about it and shit happened eventually in terms of getting the dude arrested. But, it's funny. At the beginning of the show, we talked about how Oracle is using their database to basically hunt Hamas and Palestinians and everything in Gaza.
Right.
Are you telling me that social media can't give us algorithmic prediction of who's going to be a school shooter at this point? Are you fucking kidding me?
I don't even mean to laugh at that. But, I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's a stretch.
Is it? Because guess what? They're all white males, 22 to 28, who are posting crazy fucking shit online. Maybe we start rounding them up.
That's what I was about to say. Not to be that guy, but
it's facts. It is what it is. So we've got the technology to quote unquote hunt terrorists in Gaza, in Iran, in Israel, but we don't use that same technology at home to stop school shootings. You want to
well,
talk about failure of government? Like, that's something where they could do it and look like fucking heroes and get us on their side.
But why would they ever do that, though? Why would they? You have to understand.
Why would they do it? No, it's exactly what I'm saying, Cliff, because it's a means to control. It gets us to believe them again. It gets us to say, you know what? I am willing to give you my data if you can stop shit like this from happening. I think that's a faster path to control than what they're doing now.
Beyond that, though, to take it back to the base of it all, these laws essentially were never made for y'all.
I understand that too.
They weren't made for y'all. They were made for us. It just got to a point where there were so many people watching that it was like, oh, we got to start punishing our own for the same shit because we got too many eyes on us.
Yeah.
But you can count how many people go innocent or with a slap on their wrists. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't designed for y'all to be here. So I meant in a courtroom. Yeah. So for you to then say we're going to target our own.
Yeah.
In a preemptive strike to stop certain circumstances, that's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
That's just not going to happen. No, you're not going to see them go for people that look like them. And that's what it is at the end of the day. And then when you use shit like this to you know, rile up race and communities, it's like, y'all are too fucking predictable.
Yeah.
Like, y'all aren't as big of a threat as you think you are because you're too fucking predictable. And we've talked about it. Your hubris makes people think that your opposition is less than. And then that's where you're sadly mistaken as well.
Wrong. Yeah. No, and we've talked about that.
So
it would be hard to subjugate us given the quantity of people and given the amount of lands, the amount of guns, etc. that we have. Yeah.
And we've been here. We were here in 2020. We were talking about this exact same thing.
Yeah.
About them trying to stir up a race war. We were saying the exact same thing in 2020. Well, if Trump doesn't go full dictator, this is y'all's last chance to do so.
Right. And
it's not like, again, it's not like I'm welcoming anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not anything that I would ever want to see. But then again, at the same time, it's like, if God offers you an opportunity to provide retribution for your ancestors, wouldn't you run to the call?
Yeah.
So I don't know. The whole shit is just weird to me. I don't take any of it serious. Because like I've always said, until I get a knock at the door, it's all fairy tales to me. Ain't nobody, you know, until somebody says, hand the guns over, I'll give them to you.
Meanwhile,
just Cliff, not in the way you're
Cliff
thinking.
was the one quoting Anne Frank at like 11 in his songs. First they came for the gangsters. I ain't speak out because I ain't a gangster. Then they came for the thugs. I ain't speak out because I ain't a thug. But then they came for the G's.
I mean, that's usually how it goes, though, right? Like, nobody gives a fuck until they come for you. So, in this greedy, like, this country was built off greed.
It was.
Right?
It was.
So
and it was based on appropriation. It was based on, you know, slavery. It was based on, yeah.
And not to like, wag my finger at my white brothers and sisters, but it took y'all until now to just start speaking out about this shit.
Right. We allowed it to happen for 200 years.
Right. Like this, like it's too little too late at this point. It's too little too late.
All right,
and then the words don't do anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is shit that motherfuckers started doing. Like, think about it like this. At the same time that motherfuckers had ancestors that committed atrocities, some of you also had ancestors that sat in on those Montgomery bus boycotts and that sat in on those food line strikes and shit like that was actually going to jail with the people that they were fighting with.
Facts.
Make no mistake about it. Your Instagram, TikTok post, that's not that. This isn't that.
No, I agree.
You should have been speaking, and you should always be speaking about it.
Yep.
So you can't get upset when a black person doesn't immediately give you a pat on the back, because that should have been something that you did.
You created the system we're in. It's up to you to dismantle it. I agree.
Right. And this is only the first stage of it. And it's a bad first stage, in my opinion, because, again, your ancestors sat in. They were in the trenches with the people that were. They got sprayed with hoses as well.
I think you're seeing a lot of that out of Gen Z and Gen Alpha right now, though, in a lot of these like ICE protests. There are just as many white folks on the front lines in those as there are people of color.
Yeah.
And again, I think we've talked positively about Gen Z when it comes to this shit, because that's the generation that's going to have to be the front line, and the millennials are going to be the ones that pick up the pieces and help reorganize once shit goes down.
Right. But again, at the protest, I don't know if I equate. It's not the same to me, right? Because again, y'all are the only race of people that are allowed to be upset.
Yeah.
So we know when you're at a protest, nothing's happening to you.
Right.
But when black folks are at a protest, oh, you're going to see tear gas and dogs.
I mean, we saw it here in Columbus in 2020 with the
George Floyd shit.
With the BLM and the Columbus City Council all got maced. All the black folks on the Columbus City Council.
You know, not the shit. But I don't remember seeing too many white folks out there standing with the blacks then. I remember after, and they said we missed our opportunity, and we should have been.
Yeah.
But I don't remember them being down there getting pepper sprayed and mace, because we all know it wouldn't have worked that way. It wouldn't have happened. They wouldn't have been so quick to incite violence.
I would agree with you. They weren't on the first round, but when they popped back up a few months later, there were, and it was a lot.
No,
and it was because school was back in session, meaning Ohio State had kids here at that point. And that's the majority of people that have the time, have the resources to afford to take time off or not work to go to those kind of things. And it's the young people that have the opportunity to do that kind of stuff. Like, you know, at the end of the day, Cliff, you know my heart. You know what I support, what I don't. You're not going to see me on the front lines because I have a 10-year-old son that I'm taking care of.
Right.
Which is why I say it's up to Gen Z and Gen A to be the soldiers here, and it's going to be millennials that have to rebuild. And there's a lot of chatter right now.
You know what's crazy, though? I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but you know what's crazy is that statement, I won't be on the front lines because I have a 10-year-old son, and it's the exact opposite with most black people.
No, completely understand.
I have to be on the front lines because I have a 14-year-old daughter.
I don't agree. I don't disagree.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, completely get it. But where I was going around millennials being the ones who are picking up the torch, and I'm not saying millennials are a perfect generation or whatever, but there's a lot of corporate culture things just because I'm in that environment, and so I see a lot of reels around it too, talking about how companies are putting it back in things like return to office, right? And most millennial managers aren't enforcing it. So unless like high up is the ones really cracking down on it, no one's respecting the whole return to office mandates. Because millennial managers are like, no, I hit my career during, right after the Great Recession and during COVID. I understand shit happens and, sometimes you can't be in the office. So like those of us in, middle management, wherever you work, like you guys have the power to change the culture within the office, regardless of what policy states. You can be transparent. You can and until they enforce it on you. But at the end of the day, those that are good can break the rules and still be employed. Those that, if you're breaking the rules blatantly and There's a difference there. If you can be productive and bend the rules, you're going to be better off.
Yeah.
But the whole point of that was just around like our generation, the kids born in the late 80s. Like we grew up with the hard assness of Gen X as our parents, but we also have grown up in the digital age and have seen the softer side of Gen Z and Gen Alpha. So like we're kind of best positioned to lead things if shit after the fact if shit goes down. Because we understand basically both sides of the generations.
Right.
And as soon as we get these fucking septuagenarians and octogenarians and nonagenarians out of the fucking business landscape and political landscape, we will all be better off.
What are all those that you just
70s,
named?
80s, 90s.
Oh, okay.
70-year-olds, 80-year-olds, 90-year-olds.
I thought we had new sexual orientations for a second. I was about to say, listen, don't come for the alphabet.
No. Cliff. Most of them are pedophiles. That's what they are. At least the ones in power. Release the Epstein files.
Oh shit.
I told you I was on one tonight, Cliff.
See. Goodness.
Oh, man.
What are we talking about?
I don't fucking know. What do you want to talk about? You got anything else you want to talk about?
What's on my mind?
I introduced my child to Tony Hawk. The video games. Yeah, the games.
Uh-huh.
He's a fan.
Which one does he play?
There is Xbox Game Pass has 3 and 4, the remake, for free. So that's the one he's playing.
They don't have 1 and 2?
They might, but 3 and 4 is what's in Game Pass right now.
I think 2 is the best, other than the one like the Proving Grounds where they made it like GTA.
Yeah.
That was the best Tony Hawk. I don't care what nobody says.
Open world and
you got to skate up to different people and challenge people. That one was something. I like that one. Everything is like, and I know I go through this at least every other month. Everything is just so shitty nowadays. I'm so tired of consuming.
Yeah. I'm with you.
From all aspects too, like from food. The food's not the same. Like I'm not like, who gives a fuck anymore, because it's not real food.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like this food, tell me it tastes the same as when you was a kid, the kid's food. It's not the same.
Yeah.
Nothing is the same. The entertainment's not the same. Nothing is the same. And it's just like, motherfuckers just expect you to keep the consumption levels up. And it's like, how can someone consume when you're actively limiting the quality of product?
Right. With all the consolidation, with all the design by committee. Yeah.
Like I just don't get it. And then these dumb motherfuckers is talking about like potential backlash if you boycott Israel shit, companies and shit. Motherfucker, I can't afford American companies. You think I give a fuck about Israel shit? I don't fucking understand what these people think. We're at the age right now, like, where the delusion is so far from the reality that, I mean, it's beyond comical. It's almost like when like you get in trouble as a child and you expect your parents to be bad, but they just let down. Like,
I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And you, like, that's it. Like, that's worse.
That's where we're at as a country right now.
Yeah, where it's like, at this point, we knew that you thought we were dumb.
Right.
But I'm just disappointed at how much Like, because at this point, it's like, how dumb are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, now your dumb is showing because it's like, yeah, we're slow, like as a collective, but you're taking it to levels where it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like how. Never mind.
I hear
Never
you.
mind. That was an analogy that could have took it there. But no, not really. Like, it's almost like when you're babying the Down syndrome kid. You know what I'm saying? They're like, wait a minute, like I'm not that,
No.
like I may be that, but I'm not that. Like, you think we're good. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I'm getting the vibe. Like, you're going steps beyond what you can get away with people.
Right.
And it's like, at this point, are you calling us pussy or are you calling us dumb? Don't get me wrong. I can answer. We are both. We are definitely both. But what you're not adding into the calculation is how pussy and how dumb. You hear what I'm saying? Right. Because we know even a pussycat can become deadly when it's backed into a corner. And right now, you've Mike Tyson and us onto the ropes in a way that it's like, okay, keep pushing and you're gonna see
what happens. Well, there's a lot of people talking about, or that have postulated, that Trump is the last snapback of the aforementioned 70, 80, and 90-year-olds. So, I don't know.
But the thing is,
we'll see how that snaps out.
But see, that's the thing is, okay, this is gonna sound crazy too. How far along are we?
How far along? We're 36 weeks, Cliff. No, well, no. We're about an hour in.
Okay, I'm just trying to calculate, like, the important people. Will they get to this point in the podcast?
Probably not.
Okay. So I think
Dorit's is listening.
Well, she's always important, but she ain't got me no job yet, so I ain't concerned about. Now, the issue is that those sexual orientations you named earlier.
Yes.
Run them down for me again.
The septuagenarians, the octogenarians, and the nonagenarians.
Right. Now, your argument was that this is the last grasp
for power
from them at power, right? But the issue is that all the motherfuckers that didn't get pussy, that didn't play sports, that didn't have a life outside of their household, sat on their grandpap's lap and listened to all those stories, and that's how you get your Charlie Kirks and your J.D. Vances and all those motherfuckers like that have extremist beliefs that were rooted in the beliefs of those people in the first place. So regardless of them being this their last attempt at power, you're going to have
other people to pick up the mantle and the torch.
Right.
And
that starts in that, and that comes in different ways, right? Like, you look at the war in the streets. What happened with a lot of the reason why we are where we are today is because you took out all the gang leaders.
Right.
The only ones that were upholding any structure.
Yep.
And now the streets are structureless, and you're seeing all the murder rates rising and the gun violence rising. It's going to be no different here. Once you get rid of the OGs, now you have the misguided to deal with.
Yeah. Or the ones that are openly corrupt. Right.
Right. And if you don't deal with them early, they tend to grow into adults.
Yeah.
And they have a certain way about them to weasel into positions of power. So you can only imagine that it's cyclical, and it will be back to a stance of...
It will.
Unless you're putting your foot down is strong enough that it shakes those people to their very core.
Make them uncomfortable.
Right. And
like the way Debate Her is posting where these billionaires are hosting events next.
Well, that's just information. I mean, like, the
No,
The
I know what you're
actual
saying.
putting down of your foot
But
strikes
you
fear.
you understand that my point is those are perfect places where people could put down their foot, very similar to the way Luigi did.
But the only and we ain't calling for no
we're not
violence.
calling for violence.
But the only thing about that though is that doesn't strike fear in the right
In the right people.
group, right? That strikes fear in the rich, but it doesn't strike fear in all
Start with
those
them though.
virgins,
You make
on
them an
all those
example.
virgins that sat on grandpap's knee and listened to the stories. That, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I hear what you're saying.
It doesn't strike fear in those young extremist groups that, you know, are
That are the root
popping
of the
up
problem, yeah,
left and
or
right. You
will
know what
be
I'm
the root of
saying?
the problem. Well,
Right.
they're just the new version of the Klan.
I
Like
mean, and
it's
that's the
what they
truth.
are.
And again, like, this is also, it's so repetitive, right? Like, because everybody's up
We
in arms
saw this
about the
season already. I thought we watched this
right.
episode.
Everybody's up in arms about the lynchings and shit now too. And like, don't get me wrong, that's a credible reason to be up in arms. But again, this was happening in 2020, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
It
it's
was
never
happening in
stopped happening.
2020. No, yeah, no, it's never stopped happening. But I'm saying having a president in like Donald Trump breeds an opening for
Yeah.
people to express their
Well,
racist beliefs and act on them.
express, and exploit.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, do I think JD Vance actually believes in anything? No, I fucking do not. He believes in getting power and maintaining power. He doesn't
I
have
mean,
any beliefs. This goes back to what, Alexander Hamilton talks about Aaron Burr. Like, the reason he fucking supported Jefferson was because Jefferson has beliefs. You have none. Like, that's the line from the musical. Like,
listen, I don't know.
man.
I don't know, you know? And then I'm sick of that too. I don't want to see no fucking musical or hear your books like bitch, we know you're lying. We know you're lying now. So now all of a sudden I'm supposed to be like, yep, Hamilton got him together. How do I even know there was an Alexander Hamilton?
That's
How
fair.
do I know he wasn't black?
Well, in the play, they're all black, Cliff. Although Lin-Manuel is Hispanic, but yes, I think he's Hispanic. I don't know. Yeah, that's all I got, man. I mean, I have one other big thing that's happening in the house, but it's a shit show. So I'm sitting home the other day, Cliff. It's the weekend, and I hear this da-dunk, and I actually feel it. I feel it, and I'm looking around, I'm like, what the fuck fell in the house? I'm looking
The
around.
ceiling.
No, it wasn't. Well, sort of. It's worse than that. Um, and then I'm like, I've eventually just write it off. I'm like, must have been something on the freeway, like, because shit happens on the freeway
Right.
outside my house all the time,
Tires and shit.
right?
Uh-huh.
Or even an accident, like,
Right.
because at some point the road was backed up, and I was like, oh, I wonder if that's what that sound was. That was not what that sound was. So Monday morning, I take the pup for a walk, and we get back, and as I'm unlocking the front door, I notice that the porch roof is sinking in, and that the bottom of the porch roof is 4 inches off, or 3 inches off the brick. I'm about to lose my porch roof, Clifford.
Oh, so like it pulled up from the foundation, like nothing
It's
fell so much as
it just shifted away from the brick, and
right.
now it's angled like this and tilting, and the middle's bowing, like it's not supported by anything. And by the way, whoever the fuck built that porch just nailed it into the brick. Like, there's no foundation board, there's no anchor, there's no nothing. They've literally just nailed it into the brick. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not going to talk about what that's costing me, but my son is not getting Columbus Crew tickets next year. Luckily, I paid off my car now so that I can afford the loan payment that I'm going to have because of this. But yeah, I'm fortunate that, I could get the loan, but
Damn.
That was 30,000 I wasn't expecting to spend.
Home ownership.
Fuck, dude.
Home ownership.
Right.
You know? So you get one of them BlackRock calls asking if you're interested in selling your property, and when situations like this happen, you'd be like, well,
Maybe. No, I have a firm price. Anytime somebody says they're willing to give me a cash offer, I've already named what my price is.
what, 2.5?
No, I don't need that much. It's 350,000 cash.
Oh no,
As is nothing. Nothing else.
this is more so principle. You
Yeah.
might be able to catch them on a good time, and they're like, you
No.
know what? We won't give you 2.5, but we'll give you 1.75.
Sold.
And I,
No, my thing is you can have it as is at 350 because
but we're legit getting to the point like
then I
where
make
it's
250
like
on it. So
we're legit getting to the point where it's like, what is money anymore?
true. Thanks.
Because you could sell it for that and get you a little 1.75, and then what? They pull up some podcast clips and they say we're shutting off access to your bank account.
Possible.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I see why motherfuckers is investing back in gold, but the only thing is like, where you gonna keep it?
Where are you going to spend
Hey, listen,
it?
and gold has a pretty low melting point, my bro. You better hope it's in a safe enough spot that
Right. It better be in the bunker with you.
because let your house go up in flames and that motherfucker catch.
Facts.
You gonna have a gold puddle bar.
All right, man.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what's next. We'll roll the dice and see what comes up. Spin the wheel, see what gets introduced. But yeah, I don't really give a fuck about anything that's really going on.
No, I mean, think local, act local. Um, if you're in Ohio, please don't vote for Vivek Ramaswamy. Just don't.
Vivek Ramaswamy, isn't he New York?
Oh no, he's running for governor of Ohio, Cliff.
I thought he was New York.
He's apparently from Cincinnati. Are you thinking Madani?
Oh, that might be who I'm thinking of.
Madani's the one that just got the mayor in New York that
That's who I
everyone
was
is
thinking
a
of.
big fan of. No, Vivek was running for president at one point against Trump. And then he was part of Trump's cabinet, and now he's running for governor of Ohio. And as is Amy Acton, who was Department of Health during COVID.
Oh, okay, I do know this nigga here.
Yeah, don't vote for him, please.
I mean, who are the other options? I'm not voting anyway.
I know. No, Amy Acton's a doctor who grew up in Youngstown, but didn't come from money the way Vivek did. Like, she put herself through med school and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, fuck all them. Fuck all
I,
them devils.
I hear you. But lesser of two evils and such. Anything else you want to talk about?
Nothing comes to mind. I can't think of anything.
All right. Well, take us out, sir.
You asked me too quick. Love everybody, and the revolution will not be televised.
No, because they bought out all the media companies.
You knew that.
Do us a favor. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell an enemy. Tell them the troll. And with that, peace out, fools.